In terms of the gameplay, we wanted to give more control to the players, so tactically and also with each and every touch they take. So like the dynamic tactics is huge, like completely overhauled how tactics work and made them more meaningful. So new offensive tactics, new defensive tactics. You can change how narrow or how wide your defense is versus how narrow or wide your offense is, and switch formations on the fly just by assigning them to different tactics. So defensive, you can have one formation. Offensive, you can have a completely different formation with different tactics, different instructions for each player, different roles. So much more customizable in terms of the tactical options, and easier to use because you can just do it while playing the game. You don't have to pause the menu and spend minutes changing everything. You just do it beforehand and it's saved, and then just while you're playing you switch. But yeah, it's like just more meaningful overall when you do a defensive tactic like constant pressure. Everyone's going to be going for the ball and getting more tired quickly versus sitting back, and the difference is so clear to see now.
Fundamentally, it's about authenticity. You know, we're football fans, and if we look at last year's game, there was obviously a missing piece of that puzzle. We obviously represented it in a generic capacity, but both the Europa League and particularly the Champions League are such powerful brands. They're very iconic. The look and feel and atmosphere of a Champions League game is very different from a regular game. So it was important for us that we kind of brought that back and added that extra layer of authenticity on top. So, and we've done so as much as we can. So we've obviously got all the in-game branding, the iconic anthem, all the rest of it, so that look and feel is very different. But we also wanted to take it a step further. So in the English language, we've got another set of a commentary team with Derek Ray and Lee Dixon. So not only does it look different and look authentic, but it sounds authentic. We continually want to strive to bring the best game we can. You know, we're FIFA gamers ourselves, we're football fans ourselves, so we know what it means to the fans. And one of the continued challenges we have is making sure we also bring an experience to all the different kind of ways people play FIFA. We're very unique in that we have a lot of different demographics because there's so much in the game that you can engage with that, you know, you get people who just play foot, people who just play career mode, people who just play kickoff. So it's important for us that we kind of bring experiences across the board to all the different types of users. So we're continually looking to engage in the world of football in different ways, because one of the, again, to kind of continue to talk about Journey, one of the things about Journey was we kind of looked at the game and thought there's no real experience that really kind of allows a casual player who's never picked up FIFA before, maybe he's not even into football that much, but they hear FIFA's a great game. There was no real experience for them to kind of get into the game without the kind of pressure of you know, online play or whatever. So part of the philosophy around the Journey was to really kind of give an experience that people could play the games kind of safely without the pressure of online, but at the same time learn not just about the culture of football, but also about the actual mechanics of playing the game, because FIFA is a very complex game. So it's important that we kind of cater to users from the core to the casual, and the Journey was an example of that. So we will continue to take that philosophy and continue to look for experiences that kind of, you know, separate it from the previous years and cater to all different types of demographics. So we will never say we've done enough. We're always pushing ourselves, and that is fundamentally because we are FIFA players and football fans.
So for gameplay, we wanted to add more user skill to this type of timed finishing mechanic. So yes, it is pressing the shot button twice, but now it's more skillful because you have to be very precise on the second time you press it. So in FIFA 18, all you had to do was press tap tap, and you get the low-driven shot, and it was very powerful, and a lot of people said that. So what we wanted to add was more precision. So it really matters when you press the button for the second time. So you have to, depending on the situation, like for example, if it's a cross, you press shoot like you normally would, but then you have to wait until the ball gets to your player and just as you're about to contact the ball, that's when you press shoot, and that's the perfect timing. So like that situation is different from one where the ball's right in front of you. It's more like tap and then tap quickly again. So it takes a lot of skill to master when is the right time to press the button the second time. And that we feel it's going to add sort of this new amount of user skill, so that if you do time it perfectly, that's because you've mastered it. You've taken the time to master this mechanic. It's not just like anyone can do it and a goal will go in. And if you do time it right, it's the reward is more accuracy, better shots, more power. But the risk is if you mistime it, and then the ball will probably go like away from the goal. It'll probably miss completely. So that's the risk versus reward. There was never really a risk last year in 18 to just using the double tap shot mechanic, but now you have to be so precise. So it's going to make you think twice. Do I want to do it here? Am I good enough at this mechanic? And if people still want to do low-driven shots, we remapped that to a different control scheme. Just pull the left bumper and the right bumper and press shoot, and you can still get a low shot. We've rebalanced it so it's not as powerful as FIFA 18. So again, it's up to you depending on the situation. If the goalkeeper is more on the near post, you see the far post open, you can still do that low-driven shot from the far post. But the timed shooting mechanic is definitely one that I know a lot of people will try to master in order to have a better chance of scoring.